the Philippine most successful entrepreneur, Soccoro Ramos, also known as Nanay Kuring, the owner of National Bookstore, the country's largest bookstore chain with 230 branches nationwide.
Soccoro Ramos, also known as Nanay Kuring, is the founder of the largest retail bookstore chain in the Philippines, National Book Company or the National Bookstore. At present, it has more than 3,000 employees as well as the fully operational subsidiaries. Who is Soccoro Ramos? Born in a poverty-stricken family on 23rd of September 1923, she went through a real-life struggle. Her family used to run a small shop through which they used to manage their daily needs. Despite such a situation, she continued her education and graduated from Arellano High School, Manila in Humanities. In 2006, she was given the honored Doctor of Humanities by Ateneo de Manila University. While she was working with her brother-in-law, Soccoro C. Ramos met the love of her life as well as her future husband, Jose Ramos. Slowly, they came close to each other and tied knots. Needless to say that Jose Ramos was the right hand of Soccoro Ramos and the greatest support throughout the journey of taking the National Bookstore to its present day. Did you know that Soccoro C. Ramos is one of the top 10 entrepreneurs in the Philippines? Her estimated net worth is $3.1 billion. This mainly comes from the revenue of the National Bookstore.
The owners, Soccoro Cancio and Jose Ramos, met at the bookstore. After the wedding of Soccoro and Jose, they opened their very first small shop bookstore at the foot of the Escolta Bridge. They didn't know what to call it, but they named it after the brand of their cash register. During the war, a fire broke out in Escolta and it burned down the store. The Ramoses rebuilt the bookstore on a smaller lot at the corner of Avenida and Solar. It rose again just in time for the first school year after the war and became the go-to place for textbooks and school supplies. In 1948, 3 years later, a typhoon wreaked havoc upon the store and its stocks were damaged. But the couple rebuilt the store, only the next time it was at a two-story shop in Avenida. As their family grew, the business grew. Their children who later entered the family business, the business flourished and more branches were opened. Going beyond just dealing with books and supplies, National Bookstore has set up books, conversations, and signings and has flown in international best-selling authors to inspire and nurture a new generation of readers. A recent addition to its roster of events is the annual Philippine Writers and Readers Festival, which invites readers and writers to panel discussions and talks.
Socorro Ramos, fondly called as Nanay Kuring by her family and longtime employees, built the iconic National Bookstore from the scratch along with her husband, Jose Ramos. They faced so many trials, especially at the start of their business venture, but they never gave up. It was a good thing that the couple persevered because they were able to grow the business from a small business stall in Hermanita to the Philippines' largest bookstore and school supply chain. Because they started from scratch, they were able to overcome a lot of challenges. The Ramos couple behind the National Bookstore are a truly pillar of success and inspiration to many aspiring entrepreneurs. Here are some lessons we can learn from Soccoro life. First is determine what you want to do and believe in yourself. According to Nanay Kuring, you can dream of becoming a businessman or being a salesman or just about anything you like, but whenever you choose, be the best you could possibly in the profession you pick. Second is the consumer is important. Many would say that the consumer is not always right. Well, the truth, of course, Nanay Kuring wants you to focus on your consumer, always be humble, and try to make your consumer feel that they are important. This is also mean that you have to determine what they want so that you can sell it to them. Third is work very hard. Nanay Kuring points out that there is no elevator to success. You have to work really hard if you want to achieve your dreams. Fourth one is never be late. A lot of Filipino live by the Filipino time, but for Nanay Kuring, that's a big no-no. Always be on time.
Yung determination to work hard, matipid, huwag at katulad. And be nice to people. Kasi you need them also. Miski na anong sabihin mo marami kang pera, you need people also.
Now, let's proceed to some of the behaviors that made Soccoro Ramos successful. And those are hardworking. Soccoro Ramos is indeed a hardworking person. She invests all her time and effort and promised to herself that as long as she is able to do things, she will give her all.
You were sleeping 3 hours a day,
Ay hindi lang at the start, even at the latter part.
you still go to work every day, Monday to Friday. Saturdays, dahil wala pang pasok sa opisina, what you do is you go to different branches.
Oh.
visit
Next
them.
is persistent. Despite in times of difficulties, Soccoro Ramos still choose to continue to work towards her goal. Even she failed so many times, she still continue and start again.
Nagkaroon ng typhoon Jin.
Oh,
Nako, ang lakas ng hangin.
Ano po nangyari?
Natanggal yung bubong.
oh no.
Lahat nabasa. Trabaho ulit.
Trabaho ulit.
Tayo
Start from
ulit.
scratch.
Oh, from scratch. Tayo ulit.
Next is optimistic. Even though Soccoro Ramos has many competitors, she still see it in a positive light. Those inspire her to improve herself more.
Dahil mo kalaban, sila nagkopong-kopong yung malalaki. Hindi ako sinalo. Challenge to me. Oh, lalo kong pinagpunta. That inspired me to work harder.
Next is opportunity seeker. Soccoro Ramos is not hesitant to listen to other people's idea, and as a result, she recognized the community needs and applied them to herself and her business that turn into opportunities.
Siyempre, kung ano yung tinatanong ng tao, yun ang hahanapin mo at yun ay pagbibili natin. Naging distributor pa ako ng Akibono cigarette. Apply ako as distributor. O ba nakapila sa akin ng mga tao? Ang quota noon, isang tao, isang pakete lang.
And most of all, humble. Soccoro Ramos did not take all credit of her success to herself, but she also gives credit to her staff and supporter as part of it. And she always treated them well.
Hindi naman lahat ako. Ang mga empleyado nakatulong din dahil magagaling sila at nakukontribute sila sa pag-unlad mo.